you go seems to make a difference. So, what percentage of your business comes from Twitter? And we looked, or comes from social media? We looked at it by the big three. Again, that big blue line, less than 5%. So people on LinkedIn are not seeing the same kind of returns from social media that Facebook or Twitter generate.
Does that surprise you?
Not at all.
LinkedIn is the professional networking?
Well, there's a couple of things that came to mind on that. Number one, it's less interactive. It's less personal. Number two, let's face it, the financial guys, and if there are any financial guys, accountants, people in the room, not too much offense meant, they're not great marketers. So they're using the tool. It is a marketing tool, and they don't really know how to use it for marketing. I'm not surprised they're not getting a lot of results. Conversely, Twitter is very heavy, dominated by marketing types. If we can't sell in that environment, we don't have a lot of hope in terms of our business. Question?
Yeah. Are you saying that that the companies are not using Twitter? Like, for example, banks are not using Twitter. Does that create an opportunity where if you are a financial firm to go into Twitter? Okay.
What we're seeing is they're not using it. They're not using it as their primary network. They're kind of toe in the water there. Is there an opportunity? Absolutely. We do some ghost blogging and some ghost tweeting for a company in the financial space. Actually, we've done it for two, and I take it back, three. For one of them, we increased the traffic to their website 5-fold. And it was really through the blogging and social media activities there. We have another that is a very highly regulated industry. We simply send them an entire package at the beginning of the month and say, this is what we think you should say this month. And it's funny, and they're letting us be a little bit quirky, which is odd for a financial institution, but they're letting us do those things, and they're starting to get some very positive feedback from their channel. But they're the anomaly. That is not the rule. You don't see a lot of folks in those regulated spaces in Twitter. So what do? When you're on Twitter and Facebook or any kind of social media, oh, good, there's a bongo hotspot there. I don't want to pay your fee. Okay, what are you doing? We asked, and I'll show you the choices on the next slide, but we asked people to rank on a series of criteria whether they were very active or they never used Twitter or social media for that. So everything from connecting friends, doing research, gathering information, talking to clients, finding customers, hiring people. And I divided those into two categories to see, are people spending more time on marketing functions or operations functions, customer service, recruitment. Really very close. On a 5-point scale, the difference is really not very high between operations and marketing. It really changed a lot on the task-by-task basis. So this one's a little easier to see. What do you do with social media? So reading across, you've got connect with friends, build brand awareness, find information, discover news, drive traffic, and then you start to see it fall off. And this is what kills me is I think social media is really good at everything on this side. Demonstrate your expertise. Find resources. Share examples of your work. Find clients. Conduct research. And then it crashes and burns. Customer service. Find employees. And share special promotions. Are you kidding me? These are the things people are going to respond to. Let's go back to the first chart where you're showing people that only a handful of people are actually getting any results from social media. Why? Because they're spending all of their time building brand awareness. Why do you run TV ads? Oh, it builds brand awareness. Why'd you put up the billboard? It builds brand awareness. Doesn't build business, but it builds brand awareness. Use the time, use the money to do these things. Now, what I hear from from smaller companies is it's easy for a big company like Comcast to do Comcast Cares. There are 3 of us. us. We can't have that kind of customer service interaction on social media. Well, you can't have that kind of social media interaction. But let me give you an example. And it's really a case using a product I'm very fond of, FormStack. Any company, any size can send a customer satisfaction survey to their customers via email using FormStack. And when the form is filled out, the very last thing is, can we share a comment on Twitter? Can we share a comment on social media? So they fill out this whole survey about you, and the last thing is, can we put your response on Twitter? Can we tell people you said something nice about us? So you can transition from very traditional customer service metrics and turn it into something that is social.